As I do this podcast on television, is so-called President Joe Biden, brain dead, criminal taking bribes from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia, an incompetent moron. That's what he is. He's touting how great the economy is as people can't eat. They can't afford to go to restaurants. They can't pay for gasoline. They can't buy a house. We're living under a natural disaster where he did not react quick enough, along with Kamala Harris, who's really in control these days. Biden can barely stand up at this press conference. He's nearly collapsing. Harris gets responsibility for the lack of a response of any meaningful way to Hurricane Helene, or however it's pronounced. We have a war that's breaking out, a major war in the Middle East. It's already ongoing. We're on the verge of World War III. And of course, we have a longshoreman strike, which Biden and Harris could end at any time by invoking the Taft-Hartley Act for a 60-day cooling off period, but they won't do that because they want the votes from the unions. These individuals are traitors, they are liars, they are thieves, and they are criminals. That's who they are. They claim to be something they're not, whether it's picking Vice President Tim Walz, who's a complete clown, a communist clown, and we saw what he did at the last debate with J.P. Vance, tried to lie his way through it, and Harris lies every single day. She has not done anything positive in the last 3.5 years. I'm not telling you to vote for her. I'm just telling you that the people in control of this country are liars and criminals. And we people, we conservatives, libertarians, people of faith, those who believe in the vision and creation of our founding fathers, must not only get out there and explain to the American people what's at issue right now and what they need to do. And again, I don't say who to vote for, but you can probably figure out who I'm voting for. But we need to act. The leftist media is as dishonest as Harris and Biden and Walz. They are despicable, they're leftists, they're communists, they're socialists, they're atheists, and frequently they're perverts who advocate changing the sex of children behind the backs of their parents. What could be worse? They also believe in unbridled abortion, which is, in effect, murder. That doesn't bother them. It's inconvenient to have a child, so let's just kill it. The media is unbelievable. You saw the other night at the debate with J.P. Vance how these two women, hateful-looking women, I mean, look at their eyes. Not all women are that way, but these people are leftists. They're hardcore leftists. Nora O'Donnell, by the way, used to be a conservative, but it was convenient for her to become leftist to get on CBS, to get on NBC before that. She's a total fraud. And then the other one, this Margaret, I forget her last name, just an evil, evil person who cut J.P. Vance off when he tried to give an explanation about how illegal immigrants come in and they're immediately given legal status, so they're not really legal at all. I had the same thing happen years ago with Don Lemon on CNN after I got one of the biggest victories, if not the biggest victory, in public interest litigation when I enjoined preliminarily the National Security Agency during the years of Obama. When he didn't like what I was saying, when they attacked me personally in a hit piece after I had gotten the biggest victory in the history of public interest litigation, they cut my mic. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to link it. I want you to see what this media is. But years later, this was 2014, the media is even worse. You look at these people that are on the media, it's unbelievable. They all have these little high-pitched voices, the men. I mean, they appear, and I don't mean this in any way, in a prejudiced way, but most of them are gay. I mean, they hate Trump. They hate anybody who stands in the way of their gay leftist agenda. And they tend to be members of the Marxian Jewish left. We're not Jewish people at all. You know, I'm a Jewish Christian. I'm Messianic. I don't want people to confuse these people to Jewish people, particularly during this high holy period. So this is where we are. Maybe God, and I believe that he will, is sending a message right now with regard to the crises that we now face in the Middle East, with regard to the hurricane, with regard to other issues that are out there, the longshoreman strike, which is going to increase the cost of living even more because the supply chain is going to be harmed. This may be the so-called October surprise that does these leftists in, that relegates them, at least for the time being, to a second-rate status and removes them from the White House and the executive branch But we have a problem with the Republican Party as well. The rhinos are in control. They talk big, they act little. They want money, constantly money, but when they get in power, they do little to nothing. So it is up for we, the people, to rise up. Join Freedom Watch at freedomwatchusa.org. Join our Justice League. We are your real Justice Department. The Justice Department that exists today is a Hitler-esque Gestapo persecuting peaceful protesters and religious people, not letting us speak. The censorship that's involved by the left, they don't want to hear us speak. It's just like the former Soviet Union, it's like Russia, it's like North Korea, it's like China, it's like Venezuela, it's like Cuba. We're not far removed from that. We live under a virtual dictatorship, and it is time for the American people to rise up and do what we need to do peacefully and legally. We will hold these criminals accountable. We will try them. We will fry them. We will put them in prison where they belong peacefully and legally. We must do it now because the country's on its knees. It's already on its back, gasping for air, as I said many times. Now is the time to renew the United States and the vision and creation of our founding fathers, because, as it says in our Declaration of Independence, when in the course of human events, the sovereign, the rulers, no longer represent the people, we have a right, under the laws of nature and nature's God, not man law, nature and nature's God, to alter or abolish that government and to form a new government by and for the people, with equal rights for everyone in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Now is the time. When that coincides with man's law, good. But when man's law does not fill the bill, it is time to look to nature's God and God for our guidance. And we will do what needs to be done, just like Moses did what needed to be done, like King David did what needed to be done, and what our Savior Jesus Christ did what needed to be done. In the name of the Father and Son. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. We need to hire more lawyers, more paralegals. We need to fight, because if we don't, this country is going down the drain, with or without Donald Trump being elected. We must do it for ourselves. We cannot depend on a political Messiah. There is only one Messiah. His name is Jesus Christ. And in the image and heritage of our Jewish brothers and sisters, we must fight for them as well. And we must fight for the allies of Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the Gulf states who want the Ayatollahs gone in Iran. They want to eliminate the Sunni Muslims. There's a good chance for peace in the Middle East, but it's not going to happen with Kamala Harris as president of the United States. She's not just a bungling idiot. She's not just a moron, but she's dangerous because she can be bought, and she has been bought, and she has no views. She has no principles. She is a worthless politician who simply wants to be elected and to get money. And when she holds her husband out as the example, Doug Emhoff, someone who allegedly impregnated the nanny under a prior marriage and got her an abortion, and then slapped a woman in public. This is the image that we want. This is who she married. This guy's a beard. I doubt that she married him even with any sincere love for him at all. She just wanted a yes man to be with her. Hate to be so blunt, but this is where we are. This woman has no moral value. She has no courage. She has nothing. She's a zero. We, the American people, must do it for ourselves. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Please go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause. We need you to save this country.